Ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to announce our next session. From bricks to bytes, PropTech is making real estate accessibility. Our speakers will help you discover the transformations of the real estate industry in this digital era. We are here with the experts and leading this session by Tanya Roman-Yuka, General Manager at Tech Island. Tanya and my dear speakers, the floor are yours.
Hi everyone. I will maybe announce once again what we gonna discuss today. Hi guys. I'm honored to share the stage with you. The PropTech, I would say that technology is now changing every industry, and PropTech is not an exclusion here, right? And we have all that trendy technologies, AI, IoT, blockchain, tokenization, and basically PropTech and technology is looking to revolutionize the traditional practices of buying, selling, and renting. But it's not only that. Property tech is going to revolutionize the whole industry and maybe democratize the industry and maybe make it more open to wider audience. So today, our topic is from bricks to bytes. PropTech is making real estate accessible. And we will discuss critical questions. First, how can real estate investors and consultants embrace this digital transformation, evolve in these technologies? How agent, valuers, investors also can, let's say, understand technologies better, and how Cyprus can position itself as a PropTech hub. So, together with me, I have a great panel discussion of amazing experts. With me, Pavlos Louizou, CEO Esquire and member of Tech Island PropTech Working Group. Applause after each of the speakers. By the way, we have recently launched the PropTech Working Group under Tech Island, aiming to develop this specific subsector as well. Pavlos, I think, will touch a bit this point, just for you to understand what is PropTech Working Group at Tech Island. Okay, we have Sergey Osipov, co-founder of Placy AI. We have CTO of Moving Doors, George Hadjivarnava. I hope I'm okay with pronouncing. And we have Nicolas Mikhailas, real estate entrepreneur, company M Residence. Okay, Pavlos, we were starting from you. How do you see overall the adoption of PropTech in Cyprus? What are the specific challenges and opportunities in the local market? And maybe you can also elaborate on why you have joined the PropTech Working Group and what do you aim to do with it?
So this is a 40-minute speech. Okay. I think when we talk about bricks, we need to remember that houses have remained pretty much the same for the last 6,000 years, right? And that is not going to change. We still have the same material and everything else. What is changing is both the quality of the materials that we are using, like more energy efficient, photovoltaic, solar panels and everything, and the fact that we are integrating technology into the buildings. So in a similar way that my sons, who are now 7.5 and 9, will never understand what this means when you are sitting in a car, but they know the on-off. And in a similar way that they will not understand the joy, for those of you who are local Cypriots, of what it means waiting for 6 o'clock for the cartoons to start because we only had one channel. And this applies to most countries, by the way. In a similar way, what has been happening for the last decade is that real estate, in terms of the bricks, is becoming more and more integrated with technology. So many of you here are in real estate development, real estate investment. it is expected from you, let's say that there are various aspects of the building that you are selling, marketing, managing, whatever, that it has automations, that you are using everything from your phone, that you are tracking energy consumption, anything like that. In a similar way, why are we financing real estate by going to the bank and having the bank send somebody to value the property? There is no reason to do that. Why are we looking at agents telling us, trust me, when it comes to selling a property? They need to back it up with data. So when we talk about this transition, and then I will speak about the adoption, in essence what we are saying is that in a market where in Cyprus it's 17% of GDP, right, and where 40 to 50% of transactions are done by foreigners, so there is an inflow of capital coming into the country, with one of the major investments being actually this development that we are sitting here, it's important to understand that what is being invested in is a mixture of real estate and tech, and that the way to go forward is by digitizing and digitalizing a lot of processes. So we need processes, we need data, and this is where all of the guys that are sitting here, and it's unfortunate that we don't have more female entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs, especially on the tech side of things, are trying to do. We're trying to standardize and digitalize the process. In terms of what the PropTech group in Tech Island is trying to achieve, we have gone in, because the thing here is, what is digitalization? What is digitization and what is digitalization? Digitization has to do with, I take the form from the land registry, I scan it, I turn it to a PDF, and I upload it on the Ministry of Finance website, and then I expect everybody to go on, download, print. That is going digital, as is defined by the government. Digitalization has to do with structuring the whole process so that there is no manual intervention, there are no documents or anything like that. So we have reached out to the government as an association and basically said, look, let's plan together how Cyprus will look in 15, 20 years from now, in a fully digital environment where everything is digitalized, where people can interface with real estate, make decisions when it comes to banking, when it comes to climate change, when it comes to insurance, renting, everything else, so that the infrastructure is there, so that everything that we put in place, like a building, we are building it correctly from the foundations, to have strong foundations building up, rather than doing things in a patchwork manner. As a final point, in terms of the role of Cyprus in PropTech, and I know this is very strange because we always talk about Cyprus becoming a hub, which from those of you who are like me, I'm 44, we are sick and tired of hubs, right? We were a shipping hub, a banking hub, a whatever hub, money laundering hub, we were many hubs. That's a very hubbing place. But what we are good at is, for some reason, and my second wife who is Romanian and my first wife who is Irish can verify, we have a way of bringing foreigners to the island. We are very good at selling. And when it comes to selling bricks, we are actually quite good, I think, at doing that. So with having such a big industry around real estate, building, selling, we have a lot of knowledge, provided we structure it correctly, to transfer it, especially in the Eastern European countries, where this whole idea of second home and real estate as an investment is only now beginning. Thank you.
I may say that we're a tech hub. First of all, recently government has launched the report where it shows that last year the contribution to the GDP from the tech industry was the biggest one. But in the same time, I don't see this, let's say, fast adoption of the technology into the real estate. And when I talk to biggest real estate developers, I hear that there are challenges with adoption inside what you say regarding the digital transformation of processes, that it's almost impossible to do it currently. And of course, what you have said with all the government, let's say, gap into digital transformation for real estate and all the need of bringing papers to land registry and building permits and to get all this data. Sergey, question to you. Is it just the local landscape of the challenges? Or you as, let's say, a startup company which is operating not only in Cyprus, you see the similar challenges in other markets as well?
Technological challenges are quite similar to all the markets. I guess in this year, the main question that how fast AI could replace real estate agents. And, and indeed, AI based on the large language models and everything is, which is about conversation may be automated quite fast. We could see last year call centers were automated in the first wave, and approximately half of the headcount of call centers were actually laid off in the last year. And yes, indeed, some real estate agents have their fears. But in my view, frankly speaking, technological companies like Placy, for example, we don't focus on the idea of replacing of fools. Our idea is different. Please consider this technology to double your revenue, to double your operations. It's not a question of firing people. It's a question, use your catering team and double the amount of your operations. That's the magic of technology. And the big challenge here is, this is a big paradigm shift because, you know, probably internet some 30 years ago could bring to the market such a significant efficiency. So we remember a number of technologies like blockchain and so on and so forth. It doesn't really influence on our life in the real estate. AI is different. It definitely influences, and not just the real estate, not just Cyprus, and globally, and actually all the industries will be influenced. And it's good to have to be the first adapters, the first movers here. So great moment, I would say.
Yeah, indeed, I agree with you. I think every tech revolution was bringing some fears to people's mind, but eventually we end up working even more. So I think that AI will not just replace, AI will help us to make things faster, be more productive, more effective, but eventually maybe real estate agents will work even more and will have even more clients and whatever, income eventually. Okay, George, what do you consider would be the most impactful ways on how PropTech can revolutionize the real estate industry?
Okay, I mean, on the customer-facing part, I think Placy gave a very good example of how things are changing. And yes, AI will not steal your job or technology. The person that uses technology better than you will steal your job or take your business. This is the way it happens. So yeah, technology helps double revenues and increase efficiency and operations. I think, as in almost every industry, in PropTech, like in real estate, technology helps provide more efficiency in logistics. I mean, currently with the current wave of AI, I mean, products are coming like crazy. I mean, it's very easy to launch a product, but the bottleneck is how you deliver the solution to end consumers, either on B2B or on the B2B side. So in PropTech as well, like the logistics and operations and the delivery of the value and the product is where PropTech will actually impact the most. So we've been through the wave of the marketplace, of the listing, of the booking online. Now it's all about the more concierge service, the more customized operations, the more efficient operations, being able to respond to what customers need in the real estate industry, being able to provide this differentiation, customization, concierge, as I said before, in how the actual customer feels and experiences the bricks. that we talk about. So at this stage, this logistics and operation, I think, is where PropTech will have the most impact. So streamlining processes, both with government, like Pablo said before, and local authorities, but also on the day-to-day. Like even you stay in a place, you want someone to help you with, I don't know, you have a problem with the plumbing, you have a problem with your internet, you want to pay your bill, you want to pay your rent, you want to, any interaction you have around you is happening through technology. So this is where I think PropTech will have the most impact on the operational side.
Yes, and then in the end of the day, the customers only win out of better service, faster, and yeah. Nicholas, what do you think is the role of real estate agents in this new era of digital disruption?
Hello, Dania, and thank you for the introduction. It's great to be here today. Now that we have established that we will not be replaced by AI, let me share my point of view. Every event that reaches out to me right now, they all want me to talk about the same topics: PropTech, AI, and the future of real estate. The million-dollar question I get is, what's going to change? What's coming next? What's the next big thing in real estate? And I'm going to borrow Jeff Bezos' words here that we never get the question, what's not going to change? Which is the most important one, as we can build a business strategy around the things that remain stable in time. And in real estate, we know that clients will always want the lowest prices and fast responses. It's unlikely 5, 10 years from now, an investor will come and say, Nicholas, I love Emirates, but I wish prices were higher. Or, sorry, still on? Or, I wish you were slower in responding. Impossible. The energy we invest today will still pay off in the future. Today, we all agreed here that technology is vital, but it's not a magic stick. It's an assistant operating repetitive tasks and summarizing information, usually for verification purposes, better and faster. But people will always need the agents to protect their interests, as these kind of transactions are often the biggest of their lives. Sell-through technologies cannot replace this human touch. And believe me, I have seen that firsthand on our M-Residence application. My advice to the agents is to compete where they can win. We cannot outspend disruptors in marketing and technology, but we can leverage their tech so we can automate our routine tasks, and this will allow us to focus on what really matters: building relationships, solving problems, and closing deals. Agents must embrace both the new and the old to succeed. Use technology to accelerate growth and productivity, and put the human input to drive the result. We are the enablers. AI and PropTech are our sidekicks. AI is what I like to call to my team the Robin to our Batman, and the agents are the superheroes of the real estate world. In a nutshell, numbers tell, but stories sell. As things change, yes, we must embrace them, but not abandon the drivers that remain stable and drive our success story. Disruption will happen, but the agents are and will always be the Batman to the transaction.
Thank you, Nicholas. Very inspirational words. Cannot stay behind and not agree. 100% agree. Okay, we talk about technologies. We all agreed that it will influence and end customers. It will influence real estate, but for the better. Now let's move into the interactions between all of the, let's say, ecosystem players. And question to you, George, from your point of view, how all of those digital platforms, online services will change interaction between real estate agents, valuers, and their clients?
Okay, yeah. As I said before, the secret sauce is in the logistics. So all these parts come together and they should come together in the most efficient way possible, where they each provide the most value to each other. So they are the building blocks of the industry, of the economy, of the community of real estate. I don't know how I would like to describe this whole thing together, but at the end of the day, they do come together. I mean, Pavlos touched on the automated valuation, and this is one use case where you fast-track the delivery of a valuation in a transaction. I mean, we have things like Placey, where the first step, the first customer interaction happens in a very, very efficient way. So this initial process is fast-tracked through an automated AI assistant. And then we have closing. Yes, the real estate agent will come in. At the end of the day, in most countries, the legislation allows only the real estate agent to facilitate the transaction. And even the most advanced disruptive platform will still need a real estate license to actually facilitate the transaction. So all these things will come together in a way. We need some sort of interaction between machines, like these open APIs, the open data directives. These things facilitate a lot this interaction, and this is how it's going to happen. Initiatives like the PropTech working group can help promote this and bring the disruptors together and the real estate agents to come and work to do the gap analysis, where we want to go, where we are now, and how we'll get there.
Okay, Sergey, how do you see, we spoke a lot about AI, but how do you see AI integrating with other emerging technologies like blockchain, IoT, and how all of this can create more cohesive and efficient real estate ecosystem? And maybe you can give us some world examples which are already implemented.
No, first, I would say that to the previous topic, that AI cannot change the existing relationship between the existing players. And as Nicholas explained quite wisely, technically, nothing will be changed. Just all that parts of the existing mechanism will move much faster, I would say. We just add technology just to speed up our existing processes. And why I think this moment, this year in particular, is quite exciting, because it's easy to be the first mover. In case you recognize this movement and you take this mechanical, let's say, technological things to your business, you just can overcome your competitors. You can be just faster, more efficient, and you just won the market finally. So this is the general idea, I guess, in everything. But again, technology in this wave, at least, will not change the existing relationship between the people, let's say. And it's not about replacing the people. It's not just about replacing the types of the businesses. It's just about efficiency and significant efficiency, which is important. Not like 10%, twice more, 3 times more. That type of efficiency just came to the market.
Okay, let's move into, let's say, practical applications on how all these beautiful things which we are discussing are being implemented. Pavlos, how can real estate investors and consultants leverage data analytics to make more informed decisions? And what role your company, Esquire, play in facilitating this digital transformation?
Sure. First of all, let me say that when it comes to data analytics, in Cyprus there are a few companies that are active, including Land Bank here of Andreas Christoforidis. The emphasis of what we are trying, all of us trying to do, is that we are coming, or a lot of the companies are coming from the area of, okay, the investors, whether they are developers, foreigners, locals, whatever they are, they need to know how many properties have sold, for how much, etc., etc. That's sort of the classic way of doing things. Where things begin to change a little bit is to start mapping out, to clean this data, because I think we will all agree that one of the main issues is that this data needs to be clean and standardized. This is the second step. We also need to map out all the new constructions that are taking place. There are more than 800 projects right now active across Cyprus, so all of those projects need to be mapped. And then, of course, we have cities, especially here in Limassol, that are changing, so the dynamics of the city are changing. For example, what is happening now on the road where Heritage is, right, where you have 5 schools that are
the most painful road
the
for
most
all
painful
the
road,
parents.
and it will become worse. So all of these things, in essence, we are moving from a space of what is selling in the area, which are the asking prices, let's say from Panzaragi, from Index, from whatever, and then we move to what has sold in the area, which is backward looking, coming from the valuers, okay? We then have moved a step further and saying, okay, let's collect all this data, clean it, map it, and have it available in a dynamic and granular manner so that you can see transactions by floor, by developer, by whatever. So that then on top of that, we can start using forward-looking models and even AI to start project where property prices, but where demand is going. So when it comes to what we are doing, but also others are trying to do, we're coming and say, okay, let's map all the real estate. In our case, we want to map all the real estate across the Balkans. So we've done Cyprus, Greece, and now we're finishing Romania. Real estate for us is defined from everything that is underground, so from earthquake zones, soil quality, road network, buildings, climate change, etc. And then on top of that, we add information like transactions, asking prices, but also all the environmental things that, by the way, everybody's ignoring in this room, that will become law from next year under CSRD, which all companies will need to do their reporting on ESG standards. Plus, building insurance is becoming compulsory, about to become compulsory in Greece, and will become compulsory in Cyprus. So all the environmental things are going to be aspects of real estate that all of us in this room will have to answer. So, in a nutshell, what we are trying to do is, going back to my phone, is to make all of this information available on everybody's phone. So you as the agent, as the valuer, as the investor can make an informed decision, not rely on hearsay, and actually spend most of your time, as Nicolas was saying, to do the stuff that matters, which is creating the personal connection with the client, buyer, seller, whomever you're working with.
Okay, we are moving to Nicolas. M-Residence is a tech-enabled real estate agency that has seen this award-winning journey and in a very fast pace. And a very short period of time. Could you please elaborate how tech has made this happen?
Look, at M-Residence, we have really leaned to technology. Not just because it's the future, but because it makes things better for our clients and our agents. And it's pretty cool that organizations like KPMG have given us a thumbs up for our work, and that gives us the drive to innovate further. Looking back, our adventure started with a website platform that's all about making transactions smooth and simple. And for 2 years straight, it's been picking up awards for innovation. Riding that momentum, we have rolled out our application, M-Residence Now, which has been called the Uber for real estate. It's catching on fast with around 300 new users every month, making the experience more tech-driven and more convenient for everyone. Today, it's a big day for us. Today, is the day we introduce rent online, Google it, aiming to shake up the rental market by rebuilding it from the ground and make it as easy as booking a hotel. It's a digital rental process of just 3 clicks, and we can't wait to see how it changes the game in Cyprus and beyond. We are here from day one to make the real estate process easier and more accessible for everyone. It's a journey we are very passionate about, and we are ready to elevate the industry further, one brick at a time.
Congratulations with the launch. It's amazing. Okay, George. Moving Doors has a unique business model with tech-enabled service departments. Can you elaborate how this model and how your company works with tech, and how this enhances the customer experience?
Yes, basically at Moving Doors, we have 2 types of customers or partners. We have the tenants, we have the landlords as well. So the whole journey starts on the tech side from the acquisition on the landlord side. So we have a fleet of curated turnkey apartments where we furnish through our own process. We have an interior design team that handles the whole process. So we get an unfurnished apartment and we onboard it on our platform, and someone can go and book it online and stay for a period of 1 month or more. And the experience is just bring your suitcase. So you go into a Moving Doors apartment and essentially you have everything you need to live, including cutlery, linen, consumables in the bathroom. You can request cleaning, laundry services through our integrated tenant portal. You pay a unified bill that includes rent and all other utility bills, so all other services you additionally require. All these are done through the app, and the whole process internally on our side as well, even consolidation of bill payments, accounting systems, are all done through this process. So every stakeholder in the process has a view of exactly what happened and when in every transaction that happened in the system. So the tenants have a fully integrated experience. They can see all their transactions. They can request new transactions, new services, find stuff about their apartment, extend their stay, change apartments, all through tech and all through an app.
And how many markets you are
Currently,
operating?
Moving Doors is in Cyprus in 3 cities. We recently launched into Dubai, and the plan is to move to another European country in the next year.
Cool. So the ideal application for digital nomads and entrepreneurs, right?
Exactly.
Nice. Sergey, we have discussed with you, and you have shared some general examples on how AI enhances property management. But you have a company which is making this better and enhances the property management, Placey AI. Can you share specific examples on how does it work with your company, and how it helps with investment decisions, with overall decision-making process, both for real estate investors and also consultants?
Yeah, okay. Investment decisions, that's put to Pavlos, first of all, the biggest local data platform which helps with investment decision, first of all. Placey is about conversation, about language, about, that stuff. So how we started with that? So we just reviewed all the existing value chain of the real estate deal, and we tried to understand, we tried to imagine how it can be changed, automated in the new way, let's say, largely automated way, which technologies we can actually apply to make the life of the typical realtor more effective and efficient. And we use 3 main technologies. That's, first of all, big data as well. So we index everything and ask why as well. Our partners, we use data from all the possible sources in order to reason into that, to understand what is happening on the market. The second technology is definitely AI by itself. This is the ability of robots to speak in the same manner as humans. So that's why actually call centers adopted that in the last year first. And if you see the real work of a real estate agent, for example, it's mainly speaking as well. It's working with the documents, with the words, with the sentences, with the relationship and so on. So AI is perfect in this area as well. So that's AI inevitable here. And the last one is digital signature. This is not a new technology. However, I believe that it can help us automate almost everything, avoiding the physical contacts, visiting the clients, and so on and so forth. And actually, using these three basic technology, we can make the life of the typical real estate professional much more efficient. But in any case, it's not about replacing people. It's just enhancing smart people who are open to use this technology. At least I have no idea about robots that can open the door to show the property to a client.
Not yet, not yet. Yeah, a signature indeed is long expected, long awaited.
And technically how it works, our main product called Placey Pro, this is the B2B AI real estate assistant, white label. The developer, the agency can just subscribe for that, and we connect it to the agency's CRM, to WhatsApp business account, and Placey just speak on behalf of the company, let's say. Sometimes it can physical human people could join this conversation. Sometimes Placey is fine to speak. She speaks 50 languages, which is cool, and so on. So technically it looks like this. And also Placey could just answer some basic questions, making the initial profiling of the potential client. And then she can make the appointment, she can send emails and make an appointment, and making follow-ups after viewing the property, and recording everything to the agencies or developers' CRM. That's how it works.
Great. Okay, we have discussed on how technology is influencing real estate market, the practical examples of it. Now I want to have, let's say, two last comments specifically about the future. Pavlos, the question to you, as you hold all of the data, and as you here represent not only your company, but also, let's say, institutional working group, which is influencing the whole market. So you kind of play important role in prop tech industry in Cyprus. What is your vision on what steps can Cyprus as a country make to revolutionize the real estate industry through PropTech and through technologies?
Yeah. Look, I think here is, I will start by saying something, because most of the people in this room are real estate, and we are, well, to our tech pure, we are a weird strange of hybrids. It's a very strange world, right? My father was the second valuer in Cyprus, so I was born in real estate, driving around in his car trying to find properties on the paper map. And I moved into asset management and then NPLs and everything, and only fell into data and tech 3.5 years ago. What I can tell you, because is two sides of the same coin. This side, the more tech side, it's a very strange world. And it's very strange because if you see how we are talking to one another, we are not in competition. It is not that we are not in competition because we are selling different things. We are not in competition because the way the tech industry works, they have this thing which is very strange. There is a lot of love. There is a lot of this thing of, they call it paying forward. I help you now, and at some point, something good will happen to me. Something like karma, which from my real estate world of the last 40 years, that doesn't work. Right? I want to make you bankrupt because I want to buy the land, I want to sell the land, and I want to make money. It's two strange worlds. And I say strange world because, and this will come to what we are going to do, because the tech world, which, like Redford said, with Tech Island and the reports that are coming out where tech is becoming a big part of what Cyprus is doing, and we can see all around us what is happening, right? 40,000 foreigners, i.e. non-locals, moved to Cyprus in the last 3 years. 40,000. This is like the whole of Paphos, right? 1/3, 25%, 1 in 4 living permanently on the island are foreigners. So the fact that we have such a high percentage of foreigners, such a high percentage of our economy is relying on tech and on real estate means that technological innovation, in any way you want to put it, is happening and is going to happen. The question here is it going to be government-led? No chance. Our government is sitting, they are closed now for summer, the courts are whatever, right? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. You want to make a transaction, bring me the copy from the land registry to the land registry to execute. It's never going to happen. But that is irrelevant because money talks, right? And tech and real estate, there is a lot of money in it. So the change is going to happen. It will be money-driven. It will be driven by the private sector for sure. The government is irrelevant. They have always been. Like anybody useless is irrelevant. So what we are going to see is the data collection happening on the one side by companies like Esquire, but also by others. This is like the step one. Have the data, structure it. Then put the analytics in, which could be any form of mapping tool, machine learning tool, AI, to facilitate the interface, which will then enable the end user, like the tenant or the landlord in moving doors, like the agent who is trying to transact, to make them more effective in to do so. So this is where I see things happening. And they will happen faster than we think, exactly because, again, look around you, right? Do not wear blinkers. When you drive from here up to the highway, from here to the highway, don't go Franklin Roosevelt, that will drive you crazy. If you go this way, how many projects can you see where the companies did not exist 5 or 10 years ago? All of them, right? How much change is this area undergoing? This is the poor part of town. This part of town was known for the mosquitoes. Then it was known for oranges. Now, suddenly, we have a casino sitting here. There's a golf course behind us. There's a mall built over there. Projects by BBF going all around. Things are changing, and the change is not happening by the locals. It's happening by the foreigners that have come here. The change is happening very quickly, and it's facilitated both by foreign money, foreign know-how, and foreign PropTech. It's our job as locals to jump on the bandwagon in order not to be left behind. This is step one. And then to do what we are good at, capitalize on this change. Thank you.
Thank you. Nicholas, last question. We are out of time, so let's be strict to the point. What does the future hold to real estate industry, and what are the global trends you see and observe?
Let me start with this, Tanya. How can we prepare for a world we may not recognize? In real estate, we are at a time of massive changes, fueled, as Pablo said, by billions of dollars thrown in our industry. And it's the same when Netflix crashed Blockbuster or when the iPhone made BlackBerry look ancient. And we're kind of at that point in real estate where the big global disruptors, the new kids on the block, like EXP, Phantom, and Real, they've canceled out traditional agencies by operating entirely online in the cloud, cutting overheads and costs, and shaking things up. Imagine running a real estate business without a physical office. It's like having a lemonade stand without the stand. The biggest disruption, though, is financial. Venture capitalists are spending money into real estate, creating all kinds of new ways to buy and sell homes. For Cyprus, this means that our real estate portals should be evolving from just display listings to actually handling transactions. Digital transaction platforms like the one we revealed today, Rent Online, will dominate. They are the next big thing, making real estate more interactive, more user-friendly, and self-service oriented. Real estate is also going global. Gen Z may not afford homes where they want to live, but they are buying properties elsewhere, managing them remotely right from their phones. Voice search is changing too. You are now able to say, show me 3-bedroom house for sale in Yermasoya, near a coffee shop, and there they are. But here's the catch. Part-time and traditional agents are going to struggle. If you are not using technology and advanced tech, it's going to be hard to compete. And the good news for our industry is that this evolution is raising the bar for professionalism in our industry. It's like moving from riding a bike to driving a Tesla. We've got to level up, and that's great. In the end, the new global trends generate a huge opportunity for our agencies to establish a strong international presence and connectivity that was not so accessible before. Our industry is moving so fast that standing still is no longer an option.
Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. It was interesting discussion. Embrace technology, believe in technologies, don't be afraid. And yes, let's all drive Tesla because of technology. Thank you.
Thank you.